Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you. Mermaids, sharks, and starfish. I told you all, yes, I see it. I told you all we were going to be live today at 6. I know I'm late, but we were just back here, talking and chatting and getting ready for y'all. And I have, as I promised, guests with me. So we're going to talk about a few things with the surviving a petty situation. I have special guest Seandavieway. He has a YouTube channel. And y'all, please go check out his YouTube channel if you haven't already. Seandavieway is everything. Sipping Socialites is one of my longtime mermaids. We have Corey here, who was on my Clubhouse yesterday, and he told what he knows about the situation with Kenneth Petty. But, Clubhouse is not recorded, so we want it on record. So he has agreed to come and talk to us again. And we have Jennifer here. And she's gonna, briefly speak and say something that she wants to say, and then the rest of us are going to continue on with the show. So everybody, come on in. They're already saying hi to Sean. Everybody, come on in. Thank you all for being here. We're gonna start. Hey, Nika. Hey.
I just got my Twitch notification.
Came through. Mine just came through. So it's gonna be a few
Yeah.
minutes for everybody, like a couple of seconds. Now they're coming in. All right. Hey y'all. Hey everybody. Hello. Welcome. Yes, the notifications came through. All right. Do you all see everybody? Okay, y'all are going a little fast with the comments. So you all see everybody that we have here. I told you all that we would have guests. Everybody, please share this live if you have not already. We can't thumbs up because this is not YouTube. This is Twitch. That's cute. But let's get into the story. Jennifer won't be here long, so we're gonna let her talk first, everybody. So get comfortable. All right, there's a lot of support for Jennifer and Sean in the comments. Thank you all for supporting the guests. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. We
Thank you.
behind the scenes, but thank you for coming here just, briefly, publicly to speak. We're not going to go too much into what, the story, because you have told the story unless you want to talk about it, but we don't have to go into that. I know that you did want to say something to the mermaids and sharks and starfish who have been supporting you, though. So you can go ahead.
I did. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Nosey, once again. Like I've told you, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to you for all the work that you have done, for the push that you have given me, for the extra strength in my voice that I didn't realize I had. And speaking up and telling my truth. You are definitely a powerhouse to reckon with. And as far as to all the mermaids and sharks and starfish and all the people that have used the hashtag surviving the petty, that used the hashtag I support Jen or I stand with Jen, even back when I was Sue, before people knew that I was Jen. I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you to all the people that have reached out to me and shared their stories with me, letting me know that I am not alone, that I am not by myself, and things that happened to me in my past, and that I too can get through it. And I just sincerely want to say from my heart, verbally, to everyone. I can't get to everyone in the messages as quickly as I'd like to. I try to take a little break for myself and to spend some time with my little one. But today I wanted to be here to say thank you. And I love you all, and I appreciate all the support that I've received. And it doesn't go unnoticed. And I'm thankful.
We was like all over Twitter, Instagram with that surviving the petties since December. We was pushing it. I told y'all that y'all was gonna get that woman's story out there. We just keep going, and we did. So
Yes.
I'm so glad. I hope that more people talk to you. I hope Oprah bring her ass back to her show just to talk to you. Seriously, everybody. They should.
Well,
Everybody.
I'm hoping that this gives, people who have chosen not to speak up. I'm hoping that it gives them courage.
Yeah.
As hurtful as the things people have said about me, the narratives that they have put out about me, the way they try to spin my words and twist and whatever. I know exactly what I have said, and I stand on everything I said. And whatever
Right.
videos they have coming out, I'm ready for them too. I just want them to play the whole thing,
Right.
and not just little snippets and things like that. But just to let everybody know who has been supporting me that I have nothing to hide. And yeah, the support has been great, and without it, I definitely wouldn't be like here talking to you guys like this now. So
Yeah.
I
I
can
was.
even tell the difference in
I
my
was.
voice. That whole TV thing, that was scary. So
I know. I know.
yeah.
Even people are trying to shame you for not making eye contact. Like it's easy to make eye contact to talk about being assaulted, but we were
Well,
told.
then if I looked at the camera, they would have said, "Oh, look, see, I told you she was looking for." You're darned if you do, and you're darned if you don't. I don't think it's ever been easy for anyone to relive the moments. It's not like they asked me, like, "Hey, just give me a synopsis of what happened." No, they wanted to know details, and when you speak about details, you can't help but reflect on them. Like your brain just goes back to the memory, and you feel like me. I talking about it. I go back into that little girl that was hurt. I'm not speaking as the grown woman who was violated. I'm speaking as the 16-year-old who didn't know any better and who, thought I did something wrong just for freaking asking a nigga where the hell he was going. Like I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't listen.
Yeah, you're
Look,
right.
it is what it is. People are gonna pick and poke and prod and my posture this and my posture that, and that's okay. One day I will be, standing all tall with my head up, and I'm getting there, and I'm working on that, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
This
Hmm.
is totally different though from the way you were when we first were introduced to you. Like it's
Oh yeah.
totally different because I remember I was like, "Girl, if you don't say something, you're
Right,
gonna say,
right.
like." I was like, "Girl, you gonna have to say, show people your face and let them know this is me, or they gonna try
Right,
this. You disappear.
right.
Who you are?"
Right. Yeah, and I just listen. It was because it wasn't about. I wasn't trying to make it about me, like the face. I was
Yeah, I
trying
know.
to make it about me, the woman, the
Yeah,
who was hurt. And you can put any face to my voice. You can put any face to my story. It still shouldn't change the fact of what happened, because it happens in this world so much. It happens to so many people. I think it happens more often than it doesn't. And to the ones that it didn't happen to, I can almost guarantee that they know you're, wearing this type of. Oh, come on.
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Sorry, somebody's trying to call me.
Uh,
Like what people are sending the message that, I think the message that's being sent is wrong. You shouldn't scare people away from telling the truth. I'm sorry. Things like this happen. And it's
yeah,
not all men that do it to women. You got women out here that do it to little boys and little girls.
yeah.
So it's not, I'm not trying to shame any. And another thing, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm not asking nobody to hate anybody. I'm not
Right,
asking nobody to bring nobody down, tear anybody down. How do you think I feel being torn down? I
right.
definitely don't want other people doing it to other people. People don't understand. I told somebody, like, us as Black women, we don't understand the power that we can share amongst each other if we supported women like that, in situations like this.
Yeah,
And to have a Black woman shaming another Black woman just because the story doesn't fit their liking, like that's horrible. And I don't understand how, those women can live with themselves, especially being mothers to having children and sisters and families. It's awful. It's horrible, but you can't win them all. And
Yeah,
you can't save everybody, and you can't make everybody believe you. And I'm not trying to do that. I just want to continue telling my truth. And I would like, the ones that did wrong to take accountability.
Right.
That's it.
yeah,
That's all.
yeah. You're so right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
I
guys. Thank you.
and I want to do
Hmm.
a little bit of dragging, and I don't want anybody to blame you for my dragging. So I wanted you to
Okay.
those things first, so that I can
Right. Thank you.
put up and I can put my foot right on the bitch neck, and
Right.
it's not Jennifer that's gonna be doing it.
Well,
Okay?
listen, I appreciate you all. Corey, I appreciate you for standing in your
Yeah,
truth. I know it's not easy um, to be on this side of things. And although what happened back then, it wasn't nice. It wasn't cool because of that, I had to leave the state. But I appreciate you now rectifying the situation and standing up for not only myself but women. And yeah, I think that's pretty dope of you.
yeah,
It's not a problem. Thank you. It's not a problem.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
All
it's
right,
not.
you guys have a great night. Thank you,
Well,
Seandavieway.
Jennifer, hold on before you leave. Before you leave, once I'm
Yeah.
first, I want to say thank you, Nosey, so much for letting me be here, and shout out to the panel. It's nice to be here with you all. Shout out to the chat. Hello, everyone. I just want to rectify a situation, like I said before when I talked to you, Jennifer. I
Right.
publicly have said some things that I'm not necessarily proud of when it came to your situation, especially with me being ignorant to a lot with what was going on with you. And I feel that if I
Hmm.
can publicly say something about you that without speaking to you or hearing truly your side of the story and being oblivious to what you actually went through, I think that that was really insensitive of me and very biased of me because of me being a huge fan of the person that's affiliated. That
Right.
should have never came before you and what happened to you, especially as a victim myself. It's like shame on me for not taking the time to hear you and to hear your story out before I decided to make any type of opinion or judgment. I think that that's a problem with the situation right now, that some people have stated certain things about you, very ignorant without speaking to you or truly hearing your story before gaining an opinion. So I just want to publicly say to you, Jennifer, that I apologize and that you'll never have to worry about that type of energy from me again, because I'm not that type of person. And I should have definitely, did my research before saying anything about you, especially how brave you've been throughout this course, because it's a very hard thing to do that you are doing. So I just want to say once again that I'm truly sorry. And if I've offended you in any type of way, I humbly, on bended knee, apologize to you because I truly am sorry. You didn't deserve any of the things that I said. I shouldn't have said those.
Well, I sincerely and wholeheartedly appreciate that, and I accept your apology. And I want you to know how big that is, what you just did just now. It not only touches my heart, but I know um, that it's gonna touch a lot of people out here by you acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So thank you,
Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because you
most
didn't have to, and
definitely.
you did. So that shows how mature you are as a person, that you were still willing to hear me out. Because I was fearful, because I really put my foot in my mouth a lot about a lot of things that I said. But I've
Listen,
always believed you. So
I told you I was a subscriber of you. I watched you numerous occasions. I get that people are like I get that people don't know. They you don't want to believe this about somebody you think so highly of.
right,
So there's no shame or no blame in wanting to believe the best
right,
of a person. We've all have done that, whether it's family, friends, significant others. We've all had tried to see the best in them, and I don't blame you for that. And like I said, I do accept your apology, and I appreciate you even wanting to extend one, because you could have just stood on what you said and and kept it, and kept that energy, but you decided to do some of your own homework and research, and you changed your mind. And that's pretty dope of you, the fact that you're even open, that you were even open to changing your mind, to seeing it from a different perspective.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
look, I support, if that's your favorite, that should look, her music is dope. Let me say it again, her music is awesome. And I'm not looking for anybody to stop listening or whatever. I just wanted the truth to be told.
Absolutely.
So you guys have a great show. I'm finna head on out, and thanks again, Nosy. I'll be talking to you soon, as
Okay.
always. All
Okay.
right, love. Good
Goodbye.
Let
night,
me
you
know
guys.
anything.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Sean, thank you so much for coming on. So
Thank
people
you.
were sending me your video. Last night we were on Clubhouse. We had like so many sipping socialites. How many damn people did we have? Somebody said, "Who's the cat?" I know her, y'all. I knew her before I was nosy alive. How many people was in that damn? I'm telling y'all, Damon Dash slid through. People was coming through. I was like,
And
oh my god. Yes, and then people started sending me saying that you were talking about the victim shaming. So I was like, I have to include this
Mhm.
in what we talked about today. So please give us, a rundown of what you discussed on your YouTube video, and then I'm gonna get the link for it too.
No, absolutely. Well, I mean, I pretty much just discussed how there are especially a lot of black YouTubers, bigger bloggers, that are going around that are shaming Jen, especially shaming not just her, alleged allegations against, Nikki, and why they're going to court, here in the future, near future, but also questioning her story and questioning the things that she's went through. And I think that that is extremely insensitive, especially, to question her story. Now, if you want to question, certain other things, like, oh, well, did Nikki actually, or did Kenneth actually say dot, dot, dot? Okay, cool, whatever. I mean, that is what it is. But when it comes to her story, it's the truth. I mean, the man was tried, he went to prison. I mean, like, it's too many facts stemming behind it. Then I'm not even willing to argue with somebody, when it comes to, what Jennifer has, stated, alleged, not even alleged, her story. Her story is her story. And I'm not for people coming for it. So with a person like Tasha K, with as big as a platform that she has, to come forward and try to question the things that Jennifer has stated by taking the interview that she's jealous of that she did on The Real, by giving them, this big, well, how they did it for her, set it up really proper, how you should, to bring awareness to a story, and whatnot. And she's jealous of the fact of that. So instead of just keeping her head where it belies, sleeping where the dogs supposed to lie, she decides to jump into the situation with Jennifer after stating that she's not necessarily telling the truth, this and that. Then why are you even discussing it when you have court cases yourself? So it's just you have bigger pressing issues to go on right now than to worry about if this victim is telling the truth about something that is allegedly happening to her. It's like, who the fuck are you, to come in here and to send this big audience that you have, almost 1 million subscribers, after this woman to attack her? You do that deliberately. There was no accident in what Tasha did with displaying that information. And I'm also low key, I like the neighborhood talk, but I'm kind of questioning them too, with them posting that and stating that Tasha K with the message. What do you mean with the message? This is a victim. This is a woman that has been sexually assaulted. If anything, have enough respect for her to at least outline the fact of that if you're going to talk about her at all. But to even post this and make this seem as if there is some type of information here that states that this victim may not be telling the truth in what happened to her, shameful. It's very shameful. And I was very surprised, with the neighborhood talk, because they post a lot of missing people and, so they bring a lot of awareness to the community. I mean, they're called the neighborhood talk, for Christ's sake.
Right.
So it's like, I'm thinking that they would, kind of show a little respect, for Jennifer, just based off of, we know for a fact, that she is truly a victim. Like, you can't take that from her. And it
Right.
seems that Tasha K and other people and other blogs are enabling this type of behavior, which is crazy to me. Because
Yeah.
I thought that they had more sense than that. But that's mainly, what we were talking about with the victim shaming, because there's a lot of people in comments that are attacking Jen. When it comes to the Barbs and that situation, I mean, I could truly care less, on what a Barb has to say right now, because this has nothing to do with music. This has everything to do with harassment, a victim that has been sexually assaulted. And with her being sexually assaulted, you have people that are trying to bargain with her to remove and make her seem, defame her character completely, make her look no credibility to her or her story. I mean, if she backs back on this story now, what does that say about her? She just doesn't look trustworthy. It's just, it would be a very bad situation, for her if she backtracked on her truth. So I think it's really shameful of Tasha to do that, knowing that Jen has never, well, at this point in time, I think Jen is doing better dealing with her trauma, but she's been struggling with it for a long time because she didn't have the necessary parties there to help her get through it as a 16-year-old girl. She didn't have the necessary tools and the people around her to build her and build her in strength so that she knows that this was not her fault and she couldn't have necessarily prevented it. It happened, but it doesn't, it's not your end all be all. It's a part of what happened, but it's not you. There was nobody there to do that. So with somebody that's still truly coping with something at this moment in time as a victim, to me, it's just very shameful of Tasha K to do this. And it also makes me believe more and more that she lied about being a victim herself, because if you truly are a victim, why would you ever encounter another one in this manner? Why?
But you know what? She did that to Jaguar Wright too. You have to think Tasha K has a history of just attacking victims. I think she probably was, but she just didn't get help for it, and she became a predator herself. I believe that, because that happens sometimes.
Yeah,
The hate that she has from, and if you notice, she only hates victims who have support. If there's a victim who has people around them supporting them, it's like she hates them because nobody supported her. You can see it.
Absolutely.
You can see it.
I agree.
It's sad.
I agree. It is really sad. It is.
Yeah, if there's a victim that probably nobody's paying attention to, she wouldn't be attacking them. It's always the victims that have people rallying behind them and saying, "We support you, we believe you, we hear you." She has so much jealousy and envy towards them. She needs to deal with her own internal pain.
And people like you make it worse because you support these people and give them a platform to be able to do so. So of course, people like you and me, we're like instant targets, because we're going to support these people and uplift them, through their trauma. She's never had that, so she doesn't know how to do it. That's the only thing that I can assume. Like, since nobody taught this raggedy hoe how to, deal with what happened to her, I'm going to go out and attack other people that have been through this because it's not that big a deal. Like, y'all are making way more of this than what it was. It's like, get over it, type of situation. And that's not the case. I mean, not everybody's different. So we all deal with things differently. So, but Tasha truly should be, like, I'm not even going to say she should be ashamed of herself, because she never would. Narcissists truly usually aren't. They always take a situation and make it about themselves. So it's like, that's the thing. She's drawing this energy from people focusing on Jen and her story and being on the real, and having Tyrone Blackburn as an attorney, and other situations like that to blindside the energy back to her. Like, we need to talk about me. So let me come forward and victim shame her, like what she normally does. She always victim shames people. And then on top of me victim shaming her, I'm going to make it seem as if I have information others do not. So even with the clip that she posted to Jen, first of all, that's part of what she said. And it also does not state anything about her lying. I'm like, where's the lie? In this situation? I was like, well, where does she lie? I'm like, she just said that she never spoke to Kenneth and Nikki on the phone about exchanging of any money or anything like that. That's her telling the truth. I feel like if Jennifer would have stated that she had that type of conversation with Nikki and Kenneth, that would have been a lie, because she never stated anything about, I spoke to Nikki about money or I spoke to Kenneth about money. Like, no. So I'm like, well, what is this? I'm like, this is, once again, dry receipt. That's why I was surprised that the Neighborhood Talk shared it, because I'm like, this isn't even a receipt. I'm like, she's already being victim shamed on YouTube because Tasha's using her platform to do it there. Now I was like, Instagram is helping push, this hatred around of her, because there's already this hatred going around on Twitter, and I mean, it's a lot, and Tasha knows that. She's just trying to draw the energy back to her. That's all. Nobody's necessarily discussing her. And what they are discussing is this upcoming court case that she has, especially that it's federal. And on top of her not looking good with this whole trial situation with Cardi B. I mean, she has a lot of negatives in her life. But she's the type of person, misery loves company. Basic bitches love to sit with basic bitches because they do basic shit. So I mean, she's just gonna sit around being the most basic, mirror on the wall. Who's the most basic bitch of them all? And it is definitely Transrena Kiwi. She's a one-trick pony that has ran out of motherfucking tricks. Everybody's tired of that same ass shit over and over. The repetitive lies. You repetitively bald headed. You repetitively got crumbs on top of your head. You got them roach killers over there. You know, girl, it's a lot going on with you, girl. Like there's a lot going on with you. Get this together before you try to come for other people. She over there eating 2 peas and drinking water. She ain't eating. The girl
Child.
over there going through. She's just over there going through. She's looking more and more like an uncle as the day goes by. You know, it's just a lot. Like it's just a lot of transferring to keep. You already walk around looking how you looking. You definitely carry a smell. I know you do. You carry a smell. And then on top of that, you still lying. It's like, girl, stop lying on people. Don't that get
That's
boring?
all she does.
Girl, you would think it'd
That's
get
all she
boring.
does.
Like, tell the truth for one.
All she
Right.
does.
Like,
I
ugh.
told Tasha K getting the dragon of her motherfucking life. I can't stand Tasha K. Tasha K always does this shit. Tasha K let those women get up there and say that Aaliyah was not a victim, that she was a strong black woman. That's weird.
It's
Then the shit that
disgusting.
she did, yeah.
Because
Then when
that's
she
what she
did
was,
that,
so Nosey. She was a strong black woman. You know,
right,
for her predator, she was strong. I was strong while I was going. What? Like,
right.
that doesn't even make sense. Like, there's definitely something wrong with her. Like, even
Something
as a narcissistic personality, I feel that Tasha, no pun intended, and I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, I think Tasha K thinks that she was allegedly the best victim ever. She was
right.
she was so good to her predator. She let her predator. She was the best victim for him, like being like the best daughter or the best son or teacher's pet. You know, I think that that's how she views it. Because I'm just like, well, you're not like. That's what makes me feel like, especially since it was somebody allegedly related to her. You know that did certain things to her. You know, maybe. You know, but I just think that that's kind of crazy. You know, that you feel like I was the best victim ever. So I really don't know why y'all complaining. All y'all have to do is comply, and it's really not that bad. You know, it's
Right.
what the energy she gives. You know, like Jennifer, like, girl, be quiet. Like, it just happened one day. You got away, you're fine. Like, cut it out, type of situation. And
Yes.
another thing I wanted to identify too, people state that not Tasha K, that Jennifer's identity would have never been out if she wouldn't have did certain things. No, Tasha doxed her a long time ago. Tasha went and when Jennifer was talking to other certain YouTubers, Tasha put her photos out there. So Tasha doxed Jennifer a long time ago. So we were
I
gonna
didn't
see
know
her.
that.
Yes, when all of this first started, when Daytime Tea Time and other YouTubers were talking about this situation with Kenneth Petty a long time ago, years back, Tasha K doxed Jennifer. She put her picture out there, even claimed it on her live. Like, I put your picture, I know who you are, and she always does that. You know, she always, like, allegedly she doxed the lead attorney. I don't know if she did or not, but I heard that she did. You know, I mean, she doxed me. You know, so I mean, she's famous for it. You know, so but she definitely put Jennifer's picture out there. So alleged. Well, I'm not even gonna say
She
allegedly.
came on my channel.
Way before she came on your channel, because I believe it was Daytime. It was either Daytime or Lovely Tea. It was a big.
Daytime Tea Time talked to her a while ago.
Right when Daytime did that interview with her, Tasha doxed her then because Tasha and Daytime have been beefing for. I'm not gonna say beefing, but they have a distaste. But more so, of Daytime doesn't necessarily care for Tasha, but because Tasha's tried to reconcile with Daytime, but she won't have it. And when that happened around that time with Daytime getting the exclusive from either Jennifer's cousin or Jennifer, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I remember.
Doxed Jennifer, and Tasha says that she doxed her because she knew allegedly that the person that was interviewing wasn't the victim. So she said that she doxed the person because she knew this is the real Jennifer. Is basically what she's
She
saying.
did that to me. When Jennifer was on my channel, she got on her live and said that she spoke to Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj told her personally that the person that I'm talking to is not
It's
the
not
victim.
Jennifer, right? Did
And
the
she
same thing the daytime. Same thing the daytime. Same thing. Same thing.
you know what else? Corey told us yesterday on Clubhouse that Tasha interviewed him, and because I guess he didn't go against Jennifer, she didn't put the interview out.
Mm.
I didn't know that. Corey,
Well,
please give me
That's
on that.
Real
that's
quick, may I add this real
that's
quick before you say something? She acts like she hates
Go ahead.
women. She acts like she hates women.
what's up, Cal?
Do she not act like she
Yeah,
hate
she
other
does.
women? Like
she
every
does.
time something come up about a woman being assaulted or just dating a man that's famous and money, she says the most hateful stuff. And it's just like, what the hell is wrong with this lady? Like honestly, I've tried to watch her, and it's just like, girl, like you keep putting bad taste in people's mouth because you are alleged victim yourself, and you know what this is, and you discredit other women. You want to put them down. Like I don't get it. I don't know what it is.
Something's wrong with Tasha K. That's what it is.
A lot is wrong with Tasha K.
Corey, how did she reach out to
Yeah.
you for an interview? Like, how did that start?
Cause I don't I forgot how she reached out, but I remember she asked
This was
for an
before we
interview
talked.
through Instagram, huh?
Before we talked.
Yeah, way before, like, probably, yeah, way before we talk. That's like
Okay.
when Nikki and them got my page. That's why Nikki and them was aware of what I was talking about, and then they started getting my page deleted. So Tasha just went on, like, she was just asking series of questions. Is me and Kenny lovers? I'm like, listen,
What?
that's not my thing. So why is you coming forward now with this story? Because the truth needs to be heard. Like, without the truth, everything in the dark come to light. So I just wanted to bring that to the light. You know what I mean? Because Jennifer was telling the truth, and everybody was speculating that she was lying. And I was one of the 20 something years ago. I was one of the guys that threatened Jennifer and was his friend, and didn't, just like everybody else, like, yo, she's lying. Da, da, da. So Tasha K took it upon herself to, think that I was gonna go against Jennifer and not speak the truth. And that's not what it is, because the truth, he did the time, he did the crime, he did the time. Um Jennifer is a brave woman, like I said. Without Nosey and all the support she probably, and the support from me as well, she probably wouldn't have the voice she have now. So Tasha K interview, she tried to say, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you to come to the studio." I'm like, we're gonna do the interview on the phone because it's not that serious. I'm gonna just tell you the truth and go do what I have to do. And she was just asking a series of questions like, is Jennifer lying? And I let her know, like, this is what happened. And that's basically what it is. And
And she never
lo and
put.
behold, the interview never came out. So I didn't care about the interview never coming out, but she did an interview just to, like, break Jennifer character down. Like, I didn't understand that part.
Right.
So
So everybody,
she
Corey was friends with Kenneth Petty. For people who are asking, he was friends with Kenneth Petty back when this rape occurred, and when Jennifer talked about having to move on the real, he has admitted that he was one of the people who threatened her and threatened her family and caused her to have to move. So, like, this is more proof that this girl is not lying. And Corey told his story on my YouTube channel back in like January of this year. But people came together. Nicki Minaj, Tasha K, and another YouTube channel that uses the avatar because she's scared to show her face. Hey, Kenya Monique Gibson Harrison. Hey, girl. And so they all came together and got my channel deleted. So I asked Corey to come and tell this story again on record because it needs to be on record. Everything that is, that backs up what Jennifer is saying, because the truth needs to be out there from everybody.
Right.
So Corey, I'm
yeah
going to give you
yeah
the
like
floor. Just tell what happened and how you're involved in this. Go ahead.
okay, basically, let me tell you, when I found out, I was at school. I think I was about 14 years old. Matter of fact, I was 14 years old. I had an incident in school, and I was calling home for my friend. I was having a fight, kids fight. Boom. And Kenneth was one of my friends. And at the time, they like, he went to jail. I'm like, why he went to jail for what? They like, rape. I said, wow, like, who did that? So they said Jennifer. So right after school, me and my friends went and threatened Jennifer family, not once, numerous times, until Jennifer left. I'm not proud of what I've done because when you somebody friend, you gonna believe what they say. I ain't even hear his story at the time because he was in jail. And in the process of me threatening her, like, he was on the court, like I was one of the dudes that, yo, she gotta sign a letter. We gonna get an affidavit for her to sign a letter and say, look, she's not, he ain't do this. So lo and behold, Kenneth took a plea deal. He copped out, took the plea deal, and I'm like, and then retract. His mother told me, Corey, leave that situation alone. You gonna get in trouble. You're gonna have charges if you don't. So I fell back. So lo and behold, fast forward, went to court. He took the plea deal. For years, when he came home, I was incarcerated, but we never really got to kick it. So I went to ATL to sell my books, and I ran into Jennifer brother, and I was like, "Yo, bro, where your sis at? Like, I'm up. I really apologize for what happened, and I really want to reconcile like what happened because I need to know her story because he keep brushing off what's going on. Like, so long story short, he brung me to gym. We kicked it. She showed me the scar. And when she was telling me, it was cringing my soul because everything that she said, you know, he that's his character because he used to go to the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? This way he met Nicki Minaj and beat up Nicki Minaj's old boyfriend. And Jennifer always been a beautiful woman, one of the most beautiful women around our area. And Kenny, he always be like, "Oh, she bad." Ooh, I'm like, okay. But long story short, I believe that he did that because he's aggressive. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact, if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have took no plea deal. So that's what my argument always was with him. Like, yo, what happened? He just brush it off, brush it off. So I just left it alone until Jennifer came. I seen Jennifer, and then things like that. And then fast forward, he blamed me for going to TMZ to expose his story, which your record is public information, which uh you wouldn't have took a plea deal if you didn't do it. If you're an innocent man, you're gonna fight for what you stand for, like Jennifer is fighting what she stand for right now, like being a voice, having the voice she are. So basically,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
rewind, fast forward to Tasha K. She always tried to twist my story as well. Like, so you saying that Jennifer, uh, well, she was just trying to just twist my words around, saying that Jennifer is a liar. Why did she come out now? Why did she do
Your sound went out, Corey. Hold on.
it wouldn't have been a problem if he didn't do what he had to do. He already admitted to doing the rape. Now all you gotta do is register for life. Because when you took this plea deal, you didn't understand that you had to register for life as a sex offender. And when they try to get her to recant and all that, that's when the problem came. Because Jennifer's, like she said, she's real laid back. She went underground for a long time, and it's like, you know she didn't have that support, that voice she once had, you know that she have now. So I appreciate Nosey, and I appreciate everybody that supported her, you know through her hardship, because
Do you
I
want
can't imagine how she feel. Huh?
Do you want to tell them about what happened when he came to stay with you? If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Well, when he came to stay stayed with me as a kid. Like, he his family was like on drugs real bad, and I felt my mother felt sorry for him, and as a kid, you want kids to be in a better position to go to school. So long story short, we allow him to move in, and when he did that, my I had my younger stepsister. He manipulated her mind, being that she was young. He was a little older. He manipulated her mind to have sex. So when he did that, it was a big thing in my household. He had to be removed. Our friendship continued on, but he he like in so many ways, like, yeah, that's why, I'm doing your sister shit like that. And as a kid, it bothered me. We had numerous fights over things like that. And I just, when I think about that, I think about a lot of other people that he hurt in the past as well. And I'm not saying I was a saint, because I was part of the problem when we was younger, you know. And right now, as a grown adult, thinking back, I was very, very much a monster, just like him, for supporting somebody like him. Because you are what you eat, you are who you hang around. And it been numerous times where, you know, his behavior was like unacceptable. And that's
Want to
basically,
go into detail about
you know,
unacceptable? You don't have to.
nah, his behavior, like, it was another woman around. She ain't have no, she was, little, she had an illness, meaning, she was a handicap, and he caught her in the staircase and took her innocence. And then it got out there. She said, "Oh, he did this to me," and nobody believed her. But every time she would see him, she would get scared and, go the other way. I'm like, yo, why is she acting like that? I don't know, woo, woo, because he was a popular guy around the neighborhood. So fast forward to Jen, that happened to Jen. So I could understand why Jen didn't get the support, because he was a popular kid around the neighborhood. Um, that's all
Wow.
I really got to say. But like I said, I was wrong when I was younger. I was 14, believing my friend wasn't this type of monster. But now, as an adult, thinking back on his behavior patterns, he's a complete monster. He probably changed his ways now. I don't know, but for the most part, when we was younger, he had those behaviors, and I ignored it because I was his friend,
Yeah.
so I'm not proud of uh doing that to Jennifer. So this is my chance to apologize. This is my chance to give back, to help her, help the women that may have been